Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about font modifier in text fields. So text fields work well with font modifiers, and you can use font modifier to change text fields, font family, size, weight, and anything related to font. Apply font changes, and those changes basically take effect in placeholder text as well. So whenever you actually use those custom fonts, they're going to be actually reflected in your placeholder text. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the example, and we're going to be using two of the pre-installed custom fonts in iOS that are called Chalk Duster and Georgia. So we're going to use those. Okay, so let me make a copy of this guy, and I'm gonna paste it right here with 4, and this is gonna be example 4. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to add a custom font. Okay, so we're gonna use font modifier, and I'm gonna use custom, the one that takes size as well as the name. Okay, so for the name, I'm gonna use Chalk Duster. So Chalk Duster with the size 16. Okay, and the second, the category basically for the course, we're going to use Georgia. Okay, so Georgia font, again with 16 size. And the third one, we're going to use the system font, and we're going to actually give it a different setting. Okay, so let me show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to call it system, and we're going to use the overload that takes font weight and design. So let's select that, and I'm going to size this one 14 points. And for the weight, we're going to say this one is going to be heavy, so it's like weight, bold, and light, medium, and all those things. So yeah, light, medium, bold, and semi-bold. And I'm going to take heavy as the weight for the font. Okay, and for the design, there are a couple of design options available. You have a default, and then you have, which is actually the system default. You have monospaced, you have rounded, and you have serif. So I'm going to take rounded. Okay, with those changes in place, what we are going to do is we're going to go at the top, make sure our launch point is at example 4, and I'm going to run the app. Okay, so let's take a look at the changes. So notice the placeholder font as well. So your placeholder is no longer the default placeholder. It has customized itself to adapt to the font that's going to be typed into the text field. So let's say we're going to say SwiftUI in depth is the name of the course. Let's give a category. So I'm going to give iOS development for the category, and the course type is going to be video course. So as you can see, all three fonts are different, right? And these two are custom fonts, and this is a system font. Now custom font works exactly the same as your basically any input, basically any input font that you're going to inherit from external resource. So if you are looking for a font that is coming from maybe a Google font, something that you've downloaded, or a glyph that you have created, basically you can import that and you can use it just like we are using here. Instead of calling Chalk Duster, Chalk Duster is actually part of iOS platform itself, so it comes pre-installed. But if you are using your own font, then you can just name that, make sure it's being referenced in the info.plist, and you just name it, and your text field is going to adapt to that new font. Okay, so this is how you can change your font's look and feel basically for your text field. And with that, we have reached the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to be talking about autocorrection. So all these things that you've been seeing whenever I type, for example, DevTechie, or I type SwiftUI, It actually autocorrects. All that behavior is controlled by something called autocorrection. So we're going to take a look at that in the next video. Thank you.